There, took it off of the macro. Rango. Payments. Heat up one of these studs down here on the passenger side of the block. And cool it off with water, and then just unscrew it. It won't unscrew now, it'll just unscrew the bottom part and bust the bracket. Ain't coming off. Put a little force on it. Nope. I know what'll happen, I've done enough of these. This was a rusty crew cab, 97. Yeah, there goes the debris on top of the motor. Keep a little water handy, it's all you need. A little spray bottle. Just spray it with cold water. And it cracks the rust, and it works like a charm. Spray it till it stops sizzling, and then you go on to the next one. This is the heater hose. Go on down the line, they come off like butter. Gotta do them all, every single double stud. Brackets, ground cables. Heat them up good and hot. Heat them up. Stir it up. Alright, that's the heater hose bracket. Next, turbo triangulation reinforcement with a fuel line with a rubber plastic right beside it. Gotta get them all, everyone. And you got to be careful not to melt stuff with the torch while you're focusing on cooling off one of the bolts. You got the torch running and burning something like your clothes, plastic fitting, or a gas line, heaven forbid. That was the turbo bracket. Now we got the ground cable. Heat them up. Oop, a little bit of heat in there. It's like playing piano. Oop, solder is melting on that battery cable. So be careful. one more in the front. They're everywhere. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm heating up the double nuts. Double studs with 2 nuts. And a bracket in between. Like a sandwich. Oh, something's on fire. Alright, almost out of water. Oops. Alright, now watch. Now watch. Oh, I just put the 15mm on and hit it with my knee because I got my hands full, and whoop, comes right undone, just like butter. That one doesn't have a double. This one does, just like butter. Just like butter. Yeah, these may have come undone, but it's not worth it because the threads have stuff, so they'll undo sometimes a thread or two, a revolution or two, and then they'll catch and you get impatient. Hit it with the knee. Whoop, that one's tight. Uh-oh. Nope. Gotta reheat that one. Battery cable, butter. Catching a little. All these threads will have to be cleaned on a. Oh, that one's catching. I'm going to tighten it and spray some silicone. And this is where WD-40 or PB Blaster or silicone or any spray helps to clean the threads, because the threads are rusty and they're clogging the nut from traveling up the threads. So, little spray. A little spray. There, look at that. Beautiful. Sometimes you got to do it 2 or 3 times. Beautiful. I got to reheat that turbo bracket. I got one down here. Holds on a bracket for a sensor of some sort. No idea what it does. Maybe I'll spray it first. I'm not going to waste my fluid film on this. It's not necessary. Even the 99-cent stuff from Wally World works on this. Look at that. Butter. Butter. Whoop, getting a little stuck. I was making a video yesterday or the day before, and I did a shout out to one of my friends. I didn't mention his name, his YouTube screen name, but he watched the video. It's kind of flattering. Hey, he says, I missed the smell of diesel smoke in the morning because I hadn't been in touch with him for a week or 3, and you wonder if people just forget about you. My sister forgets about me. I say, if you want to know what I'm doing, just watch the videos. Oh yeah, I forgot you make videos. My sister forgot I make videos. Oh, that one's not coming undone. Fighting with the camera on the ratchet. You don't want to unscrew it from the block, because then you gotta stick a wrench underneath it, and that's a pain in the butteroonski. Gotta put a bit more heat on that one. We got the motor lying here on its side. Heater connection busted off. Typical. Probably another one down there to hold the turbo on. I'm not sure. Have to check it out, I guess. That's what we're doing. Getting our work done. All the front bracketry comes off, and we're putting on the bracketry from that one. Let's take a look at that one, because that truck's different. It's 3 years older, and they had changed things substantially in 97 or 96. They flipped the air conditioning compressor over, like GM is apt to do. The compressor went from here to an aluminum, ultra efficient over here. So, yeah, motor's ready to come out. That turbo's good and loose. Hear it? Funny, because it was working perfectly. When I drove it back from Phoenix, it was screaming away. One thing I haven't mentioned today is the temperature. It is like summer here. It is hot. Probably 55 degrees, 12 degrees Celsius. It's crazy, but it's not going to last. Big cold front coming in. Extra bolts. Sitting around. Truck junkyard. Just sitting around. Yep. Sway bar link. Don't know what it's doing here. Bolts. Fan shroud bolts just sitting around. Someone else's bolts. Not rusted. Yet we'll put that motor in, put the injection pump on from this truck, and up for sale it goes. Got enough Suburbans and I can buy some more toys. Yep. Yep. More toys. Dirty shoes. 239,000 miles. It was 234 when I bought it. I drove it across the country. 4,400 miles. 7,500 kilometers. I bought it in Phoenix. Went to Palm Springs fan belt toss, I guess. I don't remember. Nope. Bought it in Phoenix. Went to a few junkyards. That was in June or July. Drove it to the convention in Jacksonville, Florida. That's where I went. Jacksonville, Florida with it. And drove it home. 4,400 miles. Didn't have any trouble once I fixed it. Put a harmonic on it. In Phoenix, there's a video of it rattling because it needed a new harmonic. It's a nice made in China one. And then I had to put a remote PMD on. It's right there. Cable. Put a remote PMD on and misdrilled the holes. Duh. Remote PMD with a big heat sink. $300. I better get back to work, huh? Nothing getting done, just sitting around telling stories. Put an idler arm on it. Pitman arm, rather. And maybe an idler arm too, I think. Believe I did. Who knows what kind of damage this motor had. I started it after Mrs. CW nipped it up. It got a little tight. It stopped running, but it did start. But it's kind of worn out now. Uh-huh. Everybody likes what they like. 15W40. Gaskets. Pile of newspapers I never get to read. Inner fenders from something or other. 94 Chevy guy scrapped. Green sun visors for wild Corvair. Vegetable oil tank underneath. Big vegetable oil tank properly installed. Beautiful job. Even has its own filler. Yep. 2009, Arizona. Might get any better sitting here. Maybe it needs a visit. Oh, there comes the rust. Needs a little visit to piss her, I think. Get some paint put back on. Toyota V6 3000 4-cam 24 valve. GM Harrison radiator. That's interesting. Rust. Rust. People say these cars are made not to rust. BS. Salt. Rust. Lots of room to work on this thing. Toyota. 99 maybe? 2000? It's pretty good shape for 13 years old. There's scrapping stuff around here with this age, 14 years old, heater control valve. Alright, I got work to do.